At the 95th Academy Awards, Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist poking fun at Will Smith for the infamous incident in which he slapped Chris Rock on stage during last year's Oscars. Kimmel, who was the host for the second time, used his monologue to tease Smith and the Academy about the incident. He started by acknowledging the incident and joked that he had to adjust his danger zone before continuing. The 2016 Oscars had its share of controversies, aside from the incident between Will Smith and Chris Rock. The event was marred by the lack of diversity in the nominees. People were disappointed with the lack of representation for actors of color and women, sparking the #OscarsSoWhite movement and a larger conversation about diversity in Hollywood. Over the years, the Oscars has faced criticism for declining ratings and relevance. Some believe that the award show is out of touch with popular culture and places too much emphasis on prestige instead of entertainment. This has led to calls for changes to the voting process, categories, and format of the show. Kimmel then added a line about diversity and how 5 Irish actors had been nominated for awards, increasing the chances of another fight on stage. He also promised the audience that they would be safe, and if anyone committed an act of violence during the show, they would be given the Oscar for Best Actor and allowed to give a 19-minute speech. Kimmel's joke was met with laughter from the audience, and he went on to explain that the Oscars now had a crisis management team in case of any violence. He joked that they would do nothing, just like last year, and maybe even give the assailant a hug. Kimmel then joked that if anyone wanted to slap him, they would have to get through the heavyweight champ Adonis Creed, Michelle Yeoh, Spider-Man, Fableman, and his right-hand man, Guillermo. The jokes did not stop there, as Kimmel continued to make Smith the butt of his jokes throughout the night. As he invited more guests on stage, Kimmel said, "Hopefully it goes off without a hitch or without hitch." He also joked before giving out the award for documentary short, saying, "This point in the show kind of makes you miss the slapping a bit, right?" After Everything Everywhere All at Once won the Best Picture award, Kimmel ended the show by showing a board with the words, "Number of Oscars telecast without incident, 001. This was a reference to the previous year's Oscars, which were marred by the infamous envelope mix-up, leading to La La Land being wrongly announced as the winner of Best Picture. While Kimmel's jokes were meant to be lighthearted, they did not sit well with Will Smith, who reportedly felt humiliated and insulted. According to sources, Smith was already unhappy about the incident, and Kimmel's jokes only added insult to injury. After the show, Smith took to social media to express his displeasure, saying that Kimmel's jokes were disrespectful and uncalled for. He also mentioned that the incident with Chris Rock was a joke that went too far, and that he had apologized to Rock, who had accepted his apology. Meryl Streep used her acceptance speech to criticize then-President Donald Trump for mocking a disabled reporter. In 2018, many presenters and winners spoke out about the #MeToo movement and sexual harassment in Hollywood. Despite the controversies and drama, the Oscars remain one of the most prestigious and widely watched award shows in the world. The awards recognize the best in film, and winning an Oscar is considered the ultimate achievement for many in the industry. Furthermore, the Oscars have also faced criticism for their lack of representation for women in the industry. Only 5 women have been nominated for Best Director in the entire history of the awards, with only one woman, Kathryn Bigelow, winning the award in 2010. This lack of recognition for women's contributions to the film industry has led to conversations about systemic sexism and gender inequality in Hollywood. In addition to the issues with diversity and representation, the Oscars have also faced criticism for their format and length. The show typically runs for over 3 hours, with long speeches, musical performances, and other segments that some viewers find tedious. This has led to calls for the Oscars to be more streamlined and focused on the awards themselves rather than extraneous entertainment. However, in recent years, the Oscars have faced criticism for being out of touch with popular culture and failing to represent a diverse range of voices and perspectives. Some have called for changes to the categories and voting process to better reflect the diversity of the industry. It remains to be seen how the Oscars will evolve and adapt in the coming years, but one thing is certain: the awards will continue to be a source of both celebration and controversy for the film industry and its fans.